Right, so today we're going to look at putting the batteries in and charging up the monster box. We're looking at the 20,000 milliamp batteries. These aren't the biggest you can fit in here, you can fit in up to 22, but for today we're going to look at the 20,000s. Everything I go through in this video is going to be applied to the same. So if you're fitting 2 batteries in here, follow this video and you can't go wrong. The tool you're going to need is just a T20 Torx. That's literally just to take these screws out the top here. All of these electrics stay in. They're on a separate panel, so we don't need to touch those. And all the other tools you're going to need to fit these batteries are in the box. So we're going to get this open now. We usually ship it with just one screw in, make it nice and easy for you to get the top off. And then inside you'll find 4 strips of Velcro for the batteries and the rest of the screws to fit the lid back on. So 2 brand new 20,000 milliamp hour batteries here. They're 6S each. We're going to be harnessing them together like before into 12S. I'll talk about that when we get to the box. But for now we're just going to look at orientation. So on this we want to know where the balance leads are going. That's the shortest lead. We always want these facing to the outside of the box. So we're going to have one that way and one that way, and now we know which side to apply our Velcro to. So I'm going to grab the Velcro and split it. We're going to stick one side inside the box to begin with, and then we're going to stick the other side to the battery. Fucking Amon cut these again, didn't he? Okay, so I'm going to stick the Velcro into the bottom of the box now. So I'm just going to grab one side of the Velcro and lay strips widthways inside the box. 4 of them all the way up. So we've got the Velcro in the box. We're just going to stick this Velcro to the batteries now. Again, we've sorted our orientation, so I'm just going to flip these batteries. In fact, no, I'm not going to flip them because I don't need to. It doesn't matter which way they go. That's stupid. Let's go back to that. Okay? Yeah. So now I'm just going to apply the hook to this side and we'll fit the batteries in. So before we fit the batteries, I just want to talk about the cable kit that's in here. This takes 2 6S batteries and puts them in series to 12S, and then this cable splits here and one side goes to there, one side to here. So when you charge these batteries, you only need to plug in one charge lead. They both feed the same 2 batteries. So we're going to fit the batteries now. Before we do that, I'm just going to remove this back panel. These batteries are quite large, so it just makes it easier for fitting them in. Now when you come to put the battery in, it wants to be the power lead and the balance lead at the top. This is so that that curve doesn't interfere with the 2-pin connector on the back of the LCD. And feed the balance lead in first. Pull that through as you push the battery in. And for the other side, same again. That's gonna be... This one doesn't look like it wants to go in. Fuck, I should have test fitted. Okay, so I'm just going to put the back panel in. It's clearly marked with in, so you know which way around it goes. And you just slot it behind the hex spacers. Like I said, it's quite a tight fit with these batteries, but it does go. Maybe. Fucking get in. Oops. Maybe it's not gonna go. Oh yeah. All right. So now we're gonna connect up the battery to make it 12S. And then I'm just gonna tuck the connectors down into the front part here. There's not really space to put them at the top of the box, so I'm just gonna push them down into the front part. Now we've got a little room to put a bit of foam on the top. Although the batteries are Velcroed down, it's good to just have a little, just fill any void that might be in there. So we're going to do that now. Oh, that's a nice bit of foam. So we've put our foam in. We only need a little bit just to fill that void. And we can easily slide the lid on. Just have to hook it around the front. And then just screw on. So when I'm screwing it down, I find it best to really put a lot of pressure on the top of the box, make sure it's seated in position, and then you can screw down these dead easily. Most of the time with your hands, you don't even need a driver until you get right to the very end. So we've got everything screwed back on now, nice and tight. You can knock each panel, and you can hear that it's solid in there. Now we're just going to check, make sure everything powers on all right. I've done this with putting that lid on first and then checking, because we haven't actually touched any of the electrics. All we've done is plug batteries in. And you should have put the new batteries on a storage charge so you know they've got charged, so there shouldn't be anything wrong. That's all good. Now we're just going to grab an ultra matte charger and show you how to charge with that, and then follow on with the ultra power. So we're going to look at charging this board now. First one we're going to look at is the ultra matte charger. If you needed more details on this charger, we've got videos all about this. First thing we're going to do is find a good place, just set it on top. And then we're going to plug the charge cable in. Again, you only need to plug it on one side of these, so don't plug two in. And then we're going to connect the balance leads. So one balance lead will be on the back side of the board. This is why we need the extenders, and they're included with the charger, and one on the front. So we've got everything connected up. Once you're happy with all your connections, everything's secure, we can turn the charger on. As soon as the charger boots up, it will show you what wattage you can set it. Then the safety timer, how long it runs for, and how long it sounds when it's done charging. Then you should see a LiPo manual screen. If you can't see that, go to program until you see that at the top. And then the first thing we're going to do is set how many amps this is going to charge at. Again, this has got a small power supply, I think 90 amps, so it won't achieve anything more than 4 without an external booster. So we're going to leave it at 5, and we're just going to press enter to swap over to the milliamps and change that to 20. Really fucking hard to see. Are we there yet? No, we're there. Once you've set your milliamp power, you're just going to hold down the enter button. This will then check your balance leads, check your connections. It's coming up with 12 cells, which is what you want to look for, and then the battery voltage after. Once you're okay with all those, just hit the start and it will start to charge. Now we're going to take a quick look at the ultra power charger. Again, I'm just going to sit this on top of the box, keeping the connections close. We're only using one channel here because we're essentially just charging one 12S battery. So once we've connected the charge leads and the 2 balance leads to one channel on the ultra power, we're ready to turn it on. I'm going to put some audio over that. You should see all the cells you should see 12 cells, on your battery. They should all be around 3.8 volts if you haven't already charged them fully. This battery has got a built-in power supply, so it will charge up a lot quicker than the Ultramat. We can go up to 15 amps on here. It's already set, so we're just going to press start. And that's it, we just charge. We don't need to put milliamp power in like the Graupner on this one. Just set the amperage of what we need to charge at, and then away you go. So today we've looked at fitting the batteries into the Monster box. We've also looked at charging them with our 2 chargers, the Ultramat and the Ultra Power. Some key points to remember really are the orientation of the battery is very important, and to make it easier to get the lid on, tuck those cables behind there. Let me just, can you cut this in if I carry on now?
Yeah, maybe. Why just put this in?
You bastard. But if you need to know how to fit and charge batteries in our other boxes, we've got other videos of that, so please check those out, and thanks for watching.